Everything you do, how you eat, how you sleep, how you manage stress, how you stay hydrated is either helping you to recover and adapt, or it's hindering the process that you're chasing.
Welcome to the Strong Dad Show with your host, Adam Lloyd. Together, we are stronger.
Guys, welcome back to the Strong Dad Show. All right, let's talk about the part of training that everyone ignores, okay? We all love to talk about the work. We love to talk about the heavy lifts, the brutal sprints, the sweat, the grind. We wear our soreness like a badge of honor, okay? Oh, my legs are killing today. Killer leg session. Yep, struggling to walk. Don't mind me. We think that the more we punish ourselves in the gym, the better that our results will be. Typically, same as most things in life, we have a more is better mindset. And that mindset is the single biggest reason why most men never reach their true physical potential. It's the reason they burn out, it's the reason they get injured, and it's the reason that they plateau. Because we have forgotten the most fundamental law of physical transformation. You do not get stronger in the gym. You cause damage in the gym. You get stronger when you recover from the gym. The workout is the stimulus, it's the signal, it's the spark that lights the fire within your body to say that I need to grow and be stronger. But the actual growth, the actual adaptation, the process of your body building and rebuilding itself bigger, stronger, faster, fitter, and more capable than ever before, that happens when you're resting. Recovery, resting, it's not optional, okay? Recovery is not a passive process. It's not just not training. It's an active, strategic part of your training program. It needs to be planned. It needs to be thought out. It needs to be methodical. It needs to be professional. And if you are not serious about your recovery as you are about your training, you are leaving a huge amount of progress on the table. It's like you were driving a high-performance car, but filling it up with cheap petrol and never taking it for a service, never changing the tyres. So today, we are going to dive into a part of the Strong Dad Guide, which is the art of recovery. And we're going to talk about the simple, powerful, and non-negotiable habits that you need to master to accelerate your gains, to prevent injuries, and to build a body that is truly resilient for now and the future. Okay, let's get into it. Before we start, if you're new here, my name is Adam Lloyd. I am a 16-year veteran men's fitness coach. I'm a award-winning men's wellness coach, won the Career Global Award for my contributions to men's wellness, and I've had over 400 transformations with clients. Father of two and founder of the Strong Dads community. Okay, let's go. Let's reframe the conversation from here on out, okay? Stop thinking of recovery as something you do when you are not training, okay? I want you to start thinking of your entire life outside of the gym as a recovery process. Everything you do, how you eat, how you sleep, how you manage stress, how you stay hydrated is either helping you to recover and adapt, or it's hindering the process that you're chasing. There are a million fancy recovery tools out there. Massage guns, compression boots, ice baths, cryotherapy chambers, and some of them have their place, okay? But they are the 1%. They are the cherry on the top. They are useless if you haven't mastered the foundational 99%. And the 99% is built on 3 simple recovery pillars: sleep, nutrition, and stress management. Now, pillar 1, let's talk about sleep first. Sleep like a lion, okay? This is the big one. This is the non-negotiable. Sleep is the most powerful performance-enhancing, fat-burning, muscle-building, testosterone-boosting tool on the planet. And most of us are chronically sleep-deprived. We treat sleep as a luxury, as something that we'll catch up on the weekend, as something that we can spend in exchange for another episode on Netflix. And then quite often we wear our lack of sleep as a badge of honor, as a sign of how busy we are, how important we are. And it's idiotic. Your body produces the majority of its anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone during the deep stages of sleep. This is when your body is literally rebuilding itself. If you are not getting enough high quality sleep, you are robbing yourself of your own natural steroid cycle, if you want to call it that. A single week of sleeping only 5 hours a night can crush your testosterone levels by the same amount as aging 10 to 15 years. Okay, I'll go through that again. A single week of sleeping only 5 hours a night can crush your testosterone levels by the same amount as aging 10 to 15 years. You are literally castrating yourself by not sleeping. Your mission when it comes to sleep is to get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. This is not a suggestion. This is a core part of your training program backed by science, okay? So how are you going to do that? First of all, treat you like a child. You need to have a strict bedtime. You need to get to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Okay? Don't be one of these pussies who thinks they need to sleep in on a weekend because you've earned it. If you get enough sleep through the week, you don't need to sleep in on the weekend, okay? Also, when you do this, when you get the same bedtime and wake-up time every single day, it helps regulate your body's internal clock, otherwise known as your circadian rhythm, okay? That's timing. The other thing you want to do with your sleep is almost like create a cave. Your bedroom should be for 2 things, sleep and sex. That's it. It needs to be pitch black, silent and cool. Use blackout blinds, wear an eye mask, use earplugs, turn off all electronics or put on some rain sounds in the background if you want to do that. Even consider things like the light from your phone or the TV screen is telling your brain that it's still daytime, which is going to suppress the production of melatonin, which is the hormone that makes you sleepy. Okay, so treat your bedroom like a cave. Like I said, it should be for sleep and for sex, and you want to keep it dark, you want to keep it cool, you want to have a good routine, and you want to keep it, the sounds sort of consistent as well, whether it's silence or whether it's background sounds of whatever you sleep to. Like we sleep to the rain sounds, always have rain in every room in our house. It sounds like it's raining. We love it. Next, we've looked at timings, we've looked at creating a cave. You want to look at a wind down routine. You can't go from 100 miles an hour to 0 in 5 minutes. You need to create a buffer zone before bed. So for the last hour before you go to sleep, there should be no screens. There should be no work emails, no social media, no stressful conversations. You want to be doing things like read a book, okay? Just read a real book, actual pages, like paper. You remember what paper is? And you want to listen to some calming music. You might want to do some light stretching, some meditation. You might want to take a hot bath or a shower. You need to signal to your body that it's time to power down. When you are layering that with the same bedtime every night, it's creating that routine for your body. When you pick up the book, when you sit in the hot bath, you're creating the routine where your body is then also going to recognize that it's bedtime. So it's not a 1 + 1 = 2. It's almost like a 1 + 1 = 7 effect. It is all strengthening each other. Pillar 2 is nutrition, essentially fueling the machine. We've already done a deep dive on nutrition. Okay, we've gone into that in other episodes. That's in the school community. If you want access, it's linked in the show notes. But let's look at nutrition through the lens of recovery. Okay, after a hard workout, your body is in a state of breakdown. Your muscle fibers are damaged. Your glycogen stores are depleted. Your job is, at this stage, when we're just looking at recovery and nutrition, your job is to give your body the raw materials that it needs to repair the damage and rebuild itself stronger. So there are 2 key windows to think about. There's the post-workout window. A lot of people call it the anabolic window. This is the period immediately after your training. The old school bodybuilding wisdom was that you had to slam a protein shake within 30 minutes of your last rep or you'd lose all your gains. We now know that the window is bigger than 30 minutes. But the principle is still sound. In the 1 to 2 hours after your workout, you want to get in a good dose of fast digesting protein and carbohydrates. That's why you'll see a lot of coaches programming nutrition-wise. They'll program a whey protein shake with some Cocoa Pops or stuff like that. Fast digesting protein and carbohydrates. A whey protein shake and a banana is a classic for a reason. The protein provides the amino acids to start the muscle repair process, and the carbs replenish your muscle glycogen and spike your insulin, which is a powerful anabolic hormone. Okay, and that's just a whey protein shake and a banana. You've then got the 24-hour window. So you've done the post-workout window. You've now got the 24-hour window, which is more important than the immediate post-workout meal, okay, for the following reasons. Let me just go into that. And again, let me just say that again so you understand. More important than the immediate post-workout meal is your overall nutrition in that 24 to 48 hours after your workout. This is going to be when the real growth happens, not just supporting the recovery, but the real growth. For this period, you need to be consistently hitting your protein target. Again, I always say around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's the easiest way to work it out. If you're 180 pounds, 180 grams of protein. And you need to be doing that to provide a steady stream of amino acids for muscle protein synthesis. Okay? You need to be eating enough quality carbohydrates to refuel your energy stores. And you need to be eating plenty of healthy fats to support hormone production. You can't build a house without bricks, and you can't recover from training without adequate fuel. Now, pillar 3. Pillar 3 is managing your stress. So many people underestimate the importance of stress. This is the silent recovery killer. You can have your sleep and your nutrition dialed in perfectly, but if you are chronically stressed, you will not recover properly. As we've said before, chronic stress leads to chronically elevated levels of cortisol. Cortisol is a catabolic hormone. It breaks things down. It tells your body to store fat and burn muscle. It's the handbrake on your progress. Your body doesn't know the difference between the stress of a hard workout and the stress of an immediate or looming deadline at work. It doesn't know the difference between the stress of a workout and the stress of an argument with your wife or financial worries. It's all just stress. And if you are constantly marinating in cortisol, your body is in a state of breakdown, not a state of recovery. So you must have a daily practice to manage stress, and this is not optional. It's going to sound woo-woo, it's going to sound a bit corny, but it's not optional. Things like breath work. Just 5 to 10 minutes of slow, diaphragmatic breathing can have a profound effect on your nervous system. Okay, it'll really calm you down. It shifts you out of the flight or fight, you've heard of that, the flight or fight sympathetic sort of nervous system. It shifts you out of the flight or fight sympathetic state and into the rest and digest parasympathetic state. A simple technique, easy to remember, is box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, and hold it for 4 seconds at the bottom, and you just repeat. Run that for a few cycles or a few minutes. On top of breath work, there's meditation. A lot of meditation leans into breath work, so they go hand in hand. But a daily mindfulness practice is like weight training for your brain. It teaches you to observe your thoughts, observe your feelings without being controlled by them. And it creates a gap between stimulus and response. It's going to lower your baseline cortisol levels, which is what we're after from it. And another good one, this is woo-woo, but nature. Spending time in nature is one of the most powerful stress busters there is. If you want to go and hug a tree, go and hug a tree. I'm telling you, it's nice. But otherwise, if you don't want to be hugging trees, go for a walk in the woods, sit by a lake, get some sunlight on your skin. Put your freaking phone away. Don't be doing all this and scrolling through social media. Get it away. Spending time in nature is a powerful way to disconnect from the man-made world of stress and reconnect with something more fundamental. So there you have it. The art of recovery is not about fancy gadgets. It's about mastering the basics. It's about creating a lifestyle that supports your training rather than sort of sabotaging it. It's about you understanding that it's not training. Oh, and recovery is just me not training. No, recovery is its own practice. It's about recognizing that the 23 hours outside of the gym are just as important, if not more important, than the 1 hour you spend inside it. So, brother, thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Strong Dad Show. Your mission this week is to conduct a recovery audit. Be honest with yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your sleep? How would you rate your nutrition? How would you rate your stress management? Pick your lowest score and make one small change. Let's not try and change the world straight away. Pick your lowest score, make one small change. Just one. Whether it's going to bed 30 minutes earlier, whether it's adding a 10-minute walk to your lunch break, whether it's swapping your sugary breakfast for a high-protein one. Just master the basics, and you're going to unlock a whole new level of progress. And brother, as I always ask, if you know a dad who is training hard but getting nowhere, who is constantly tired and sore, please send him this episode. It may be the missing piece of his puzzle. And remember, you don't get stronger from the work that you do. You get stronger from the recovery that you earn. Until next time, brother, I'll catch you soon.